the dedicated fans, roar the crowd, and the best atmosphere in college basketball. When you hear the word Kentucky, you might think of horse racing, Kentucky Fried Chicken, or maybe even Louisville Slugger bats. But Kentucky basketball will forever and always be the first thing that comes to my mind. In my opinion, Kentucky basketball is the greatest program in the history of college basketball. Did you know that Kentucky is the all-time winningest team in college basketball? I've grown up attending Kentucky basketball games for each season of my whole life, and I absolutely love watching them. When you're watching a game, do you ever get a sudden rush of adrenaline because the game is getting so intense? Well, imagine putting yourself in their shoes. I know if we had the pressure of the games on our shoulders, we would eventually mess up as well. Kentucky basketball has made history and achieved many accomplishments over the years. During my speech, I will discuss Kentucky's NCAA tournament appearances, ACC tournament and regular season successes, their all-time wins and winning percentages, and the All-Americans and NBA draft picks that have been produced at Kentucky. First, let's start off with the NCAA tournament appearances. Throughout history, Kentucky has made many trips to the NCAA tournament. The NCAA tournament is a single elimination tournament that welcomes 68 teams to play for the title of the national championship in college basketball every year during the month of March. This is also referred to as March Madness. Throughout the years, Kentucky has made a total of 60 appearances to the NCAA tournament. They have made 17 appearances to the Final Four, 38 to the Elite Eight, and 44 to the Sweet 16. Kentucky was national runner-ups during the years of 1966, 1975, 1997, and 2014. But most importantly, they are 8-time national champions. Kentucky won the national title in the years of 1948, 1949, 1951, 1958, 1978, 1996, 1998, and most recently in 2012. According to the 2023 to 2024 Kentucky Basketball Record Book, UK is ranked number 1 in NCAA tournament appearances and games played. Additionally, they have the second most games in the NCAA tournament with 130 wins, behind North Carolina with only 131. With this being said, Kentucky has been very successful over the years during the NCAA tournament. Now, let's talk about Kentucky's success in the ACC tournament and regular season games. The ACC tournament is a conference tournament with 14 teams throughout the southeastern part of the United States. The first ACC tournament was played in 1933, and Kentucky was your first ever conference champion. According to the 2023 to 2024 Kentucky Basketball Yearbook, since then, Kentucky has won 30 more ACC tournament titles. In fact, Kentucky's been so dominant over the years. Out of the 61 ACC tournament titles, Kentucky has won 31 of them. The rest of the current teams throughout the conference have only won a total of 30 ACC tournament titles combined. According to the 2023 to 2024 Kentucky Basketball Cat's Paws Yearbook, Kentucky has won 49 ACC regular season titles over the years as well. The rest of the conference have a combined 55 titles. Let's move right on to Kentucky's all-time wins and winning percentages over the years. Kentucky is ranked number 1 in all-time wins and winning percentages in college basketball. According to the 2023 to 2024 UK Men's Basketball Quick Facts, Kentucky has won 2,375 games, ranking number 1 in all-time wins. In fact, Kentucky was the first college basketball program in history to reach 1,000 and 2,000 wins. Kentucky has a winning percentage of .760. Kentucky's finished ranking in the top 10 in the Associated Press poll is known as the AP poll as well, a total of 46 times, as well as finishing ranked number 1 a total of 10 times. Let's talk about the All-Americans and NBA draft picks that have been produced at Kentucky. According to the BigBlueHistory.net, there have been 151 players from Kentucky that have been drafted into the NBA, with 60 of them being drafted in the first round. Kentucky has had 3 players drafted as the overall number 1 draft pick in the draft as well. These players were John Wall in 2010, Anthony Davis in 2012, Karl Anthony Towns in 2015. Kentucky has had many players to be named All-Americans as well. Over the years, there have been 62 Kentucky players chosen a total of 93 times as an All-American. Many players have been chosen multiple times throughout their career at the University of Kentucky. Throughout the years, Kentucky has made the most NBA draft picks and All-Americans in college basketball. Kentucky has also had 14 players to play in the Olympics representing the United States and other countries as well. In fact, in the Olympics this year, we will have many former Kentucky basketball players representing various countries. In conclusion, Kentucky basketball has proven to be one of the most successful college basketball programs in history. Throughout my speech, I discussed Kentucky's NCAA tournament appearances, ACC tournament and regular season successes, all-time wins and winning percentages, and the NBA draft picks and All-Americans that have came from Kentucky. Kentucky basketball has made history and achieved many accomplishments throughout the years. To conclude my speech, I hope you not only enjoyed it, but I hope you learned something new about Kentucky basketball. Go Cats!